Welcome back to 1.2 Brain Cells Podcast. Hey. Hola, hola. I'm Nati.
Noel.
Vane.
You will not believe what we've been through to get to this. We're in a new location.
Yeah.
Undisclosed location.
We're back from our 4-week vacation.
Yes, that was great.
Yep.
Such a great vacation. Oh my goodness. You wouldn't believe. No, we had so much technical difficulties, but actually, because like the last episode, I kept joking, technical difficulty. No. I think I jinxed it. That's what went on.
Well, thank you for that.
Oh,
I feel like, what's that? Because we've been recording this whole time.
In the audio.
The video. What is that, like, over 20-minute mark already?
I think so.
Lily, what's to say?
40? We might as well. Well, no, we already started on this one.
I thought 20 was 40. Okay.
Let's hope your phone doesn't overheat now.
Oh,
no,
no,
her
mine
friend
doesn't do that.
Yeah, her phone lasts. Welcome back. Yes. So this week, let's do weekly catch up.
Okay.
Let's go off with that.
All right. So, I mean, this week specifically, it's been a lot of working, but I have a lot of plans coming up.
Ooh.
So, next week, a couple of friends and I are going to the bar to see a live band.
Yeah, I know, because I can't go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's your own fault.
Well, you planned it when I'm not going to be here.
Oh, no, wait. I didn't plan this. Tom planned this. Shout out to Tom.
Shout out to Tom, my new coworker.
Yeah.
You got the job?
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh,
Not
and then
yet.
aside from that, I'm doing another cabin trip with the boys for Melvin's birthday, and we're celebrating Milton's birthday because we were away at that time.
Cute.
Yeah.
Cute. I love that. Shout out to the boys.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope you guys have fun in this little bar outing.
I'm scared to drink again after the last experience.
Well, that's different
That was hilarious.
because you mixed. I think had you not, you would have been fine.
Yeah, lesson learned. But they also want to get up early to go paintballing, like at 6 a.m.
You guys are going to drink and then go paintballing?
Yeah. That's what I said.
That's ambitious.
Full send. Well, the Airbnb is only 15 minutes.
Unless you start drinking early. Remember at the when on our 4-week vacation, we started drinking early, and then we were like, oh my god, it's so late. It was like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Bro, but that Chinese place closed on us. That was so upsetting.
That was because we were podcasting, and it was a spooky yuki. But how about you? What is your weekly update?
We got the How to Train Your Dragon meal from BK.
They didn't have the hat though.
No.
Yeah, we're going to wear them today for y'all.
Blame BK. Don't sponsor us.
I will take any sponsorship.
You said don't?
BK?
Don't sponsor us?
Right, because we're going to get sponsored.
Well, wait, no, pause. You said don't sponsor us?
She
Yeah,
did
because
say
they didn't
no.
have the hats.
Why would you say no to any sponsor, though?
That's money.
Do we
Listen,
have a
we've
sponsor
been having
right now?
technical difficulties.
Why
We
would
could
you
use
tell
the
them,
sponsorship.
why would you tell them don't, though?
Because they didn't have our hats.
But
I said what I said.
no, she takes it back. She's just it. Anyways, that was one other update. I have a fish that's sick.
Your fish can get sick. How do you
How
know
did it get
it's
sick?
It infections happening in the water.
No,
Caught
but
an
how do you
infection.
know it's sick?
Oh, because its scales are deteriorating and there's like a white growth on it.
He's moldy?
An infection.
Which one?
Axel.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I love how I nod like I know who that is, but
You don't.
I don't know your fish like that, babes.
Axel's the betta.
Oh.
My
She has
favorite.
her fish tank in the corner over there. Also, I have a hat on, so you probably can't see where I'm looking at, but I'm like trying to look at the fish in the corner over there. They all look the same to me. I'm gonna be honest.
They literally don't. The two glowfish.
You got
that are
orange, you got blue.
She got
There's
green.
no blue.
No, you're looking at a floaty thing. You're looking at a floaty thing. It's a toy. Is it blue? Is it purple? No,
There's
I
a
won't
green
know.
one.
It's yellow.
It's a neon green yellow. You're fine.
Okay.
Okay, there's an orange, there's a pink, and there's
But
two
no,
purple.
is there
So
not
two
a blue one?
purples
That
look
one
the
that's
same.
moving? That thing is moving by the purple flower.
Purple flower.
Over there. Further. Oh, he's gone. He hid away.
Oh, that's Axel then.
Oh, that's
He's
He's
blue and
more
purple.
Pink. He's pink and blue.
That makes purple.
No, but
I know.
Okay.
I'm just being annoying.
Okay, cool. Right, half his body's
This is
pink,
the
half his
straw
body's...
all over again. Do you know about the straw fiasco? I'm looking at Lily, by the way. Lily's sitting in the corner.
Insert clip a pic of Lily. We love Lily.
Yeah.
Lily does not want to be on the podcast, and that's fine. We won't include a picture.
No.
But,
Okay. No, don't include pic.
Well, Noelle's colorblind, so
I'm not colorblind. I confuse my colors.
because she's colorblind.
All right.
She don't really see blues and purples that well.
See,
kinda funny.
that is a travel story though, so you're gonna have to wait for that.
All right, cool.
Have you heard
but-
that story, Lily? No. Okay. Never mind.
But yeah, so
We'll hear
Axel
more.
has an infection. He's getting treated. He's already getting
How is he
better.
getting treated? You took.
There's medicine.
Oh,
How do you give a fish medicine?
You put it in the water.
How do you know?
so
he
then
ate
they're
it?
all getting medicated.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, they are all getting medicated then.
Yeah. It could potentially be dangerous, but I can't quarantine him, so they're
Why
all
not?
getting medicated. Because I don't have another tank, I don't have another filter, I don't have another water
You don't have
heater.
oils.
That was my first
Like I said, I don't have another filter or water heater
You have-
or aerator.
You have the stove, bro. Sopa de pescado va a ser ella.
Someone's gonna go cook and forget the
So
fish.
I wish y'all
anyways,
saw.
So no,
see
I
that.
can't quarantine Axel. So he's staying in the tank with the rest of them. It's not suggested, but it is what it is. But they're all doing fine. It's on day 3 of treatment, and they're all fine. He's been fine. He's swimming along.
The other ones can get it.
Yes.
Oh, so I guess it's good that you're then medicating all of them. Okay.
Yes and no.
No, because they're building a tolerance to the medication and they haven't even been infected.
Right.
No, you're
science.
overthinking it in that sense. It's not good in the sense that if they are perfectly healthy and get medicine for something they don't need, that could hurt them,
Like a normal person would, yeah.
right? But again, the infection that Axel has is called saddleback disease. It's an infection that happens in the water, so they are all at risk of it. So
But he's patient 0.
yeah,
It's COVID in there right now. It's crazy.
yeah.
That's not funny, but yeah.
But it's like I said, he's swimming, he's eating, he looks fine.
He's supposed to quarantine and he's one of those that are like, no quarantine.
Well, he didn't say
No
no
mask.
quarantine. It was actually
masks.
funny. Y'all know how he's the derpy one, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mhm.
Bendito, he tried to eat a root. Like I have plants in my tank. Like
My
there's
Kobe
roots
likes
in the water and
grass.
everything.
Isn't he allergic to grass?
Yeah.
He's also derpy, actually.
Yeah.
We love
He
our
gets
pets.
it after his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I saw him derpy and I was like, Bendito, someone needs to
Word?
take you in. Yeah. I picked him up and I was like, look at you.
Oh, your fish.
My fish. Yeah. Not a
Wait,
thought
hold
in
on.
the
You
world.
picked him up?
Yeah,
out
he
of
was
the
in a
water?
tub. No, he was in a tub, like a little plastic container.
You need
at
to
the-
clarify that because in my head, hand into the tank, spits up. You're so dirty as he's trying to breathe.
I'd be derpy too if I'm dying, you know? I thought
he
the
was, he was individually packaged in his own like little plastic jar cup thing, and I picked him up and not a thought in that little brain, and I'm like, you're coming home with me. So yeah, he tried eating a root. Like the root was unfortunately, I can't even say it was a small root that looked like his pellet food. It was one of the big roots. He just chomped on it and then immediately spit it out because Wes, he can't eat
It hit
that.
the dingly thing in the back of his throat.
I'm gonna assume.
Do they have that?
I don't know.
Their tonsil? I don't think they do. I think it's just because they're also long. So it's all a...
It's not.
It's a throat
The
the whole
dingly
time.
thing is not a tonsil. The tonsils are the sides of the throat. That's the what is that?
No,
uvula?
the dangly thing in the back of your throat is your
It's
tonsil.
not your
No,
tonsil.
it's not your tonsil.
It's that little...
no.
Yeah, that's not your tonsil. Your tonsils are on each side of your throat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
My
yes, you're right,
doctor
you're right.
always
So
told
what
me
is the
It's like a
dangly thing?
uvula or something like
My
that?
uvula.
Okay. Thank you for trying to argue on me though.
No, because I mixed the names. My apologies. My apologies.
But yeah, that's my catch up. What's yours?
My catch up is that at the time that this comes out, I already would have been back from, but I'm going on vacation next week. I'm very excited for that. I think I had mentioned in one of the previous episodes that I'm going to go to DR with the family.
Oh, also, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
No, you finished.
And so I'm very excited, a little nervous, because it's a lot of different personalities all together for about 10 days. But I picked out my outfits, so it's going to be good. And another update is that I'm going to soon start working with Noelle
Yeah.
in our little part-time.
Our shop, right?
I'm not excited.
Yeah, no, fair. I need to give you a couple warnings before you start.
That's fair. I was going to say no. The only reason why I'm not excited is because I quickly realized because my mind was, I need to start saving. I need to find a job. Boom. My priority was my responsibility, which is good. That's adulthood. But then I realized I like going to the beach on Saturdays, and that might just be a dub this summer.
Oh yeah, the summer's just starting.
My vacations have been dumped this whole year.
But you're still doing them. You're finding time.
Sure.
I mean, we did the lake. We went to the lake, and now you're going to another lake.
I don't really count those.
Oh,
No.
they're trips though. There's something.
But it's only temporary.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not gonna be there the whole rest of the year. I know that much.
okay.
It's just a time being and make some months and then
Yeah.
go on my way. But it just sucks because it's the beginning of the summer and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's a roughie.
yeah,
I would love to join y'all though, but y'all, that's not very
that's
far.
a drive, bro,
That's a drive for me.
for you.
Yeah.
Weekends is gonna be hard because weekends are usually busy. But during the nights that you work with me, so much fun. So many.
Yeah.
I do have to give you a couple warnings before starting. But shout out to my ShopRite people, the two that watch our episodes.
We're gonna be coworkers, peeps.
Yeah. They're cool. Some of them.
But I'm even a lot more in person, so get ready for that. Great, cool. And so, do you want to introduce the topic of this week?
No.
No, well, you're gonna, because you have a better understanding of it than Tweedledee and Dumb.
I do?
Well,
Yeah.
at least what we're talking about.
Fellas.
Because there's a list of things, and I was like, you know what? This topic has nothing to do with any of the things that we've discussed so far. Like, I know what it is. It's AI, right? Yeah. Doesn't mean I'm well versed in it. Anyway, so we
Perhaps
wanted
we
to
should
discuss
round
because
table
it's been
a bit
happening a
more.
lot lately.
You both are speaking at the same time. Go.
Okay,
One
one of
of
the
you.
reasons why I picked it is because it's been mentioned a lot lately, right? AI and everything that it encompasses lately in media, in music and all that. So I was like, you know what, that could be interesting to discuss. General stance: are we for it, neutral, against it?
General,
Yeah.
for it.
Okay.
Deep dive, not for it.
Okay.
I'm for it, but everything has its balance.
Fair. Okay. I think I have the same stance. I think I don't like how much it's being implemented in everything and anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think so. In that stance, I guess I'm more against it.
Yeah.
But it does have its uses.
I was gonna say, for me, the reason why I'm against it, the idea of putting in AI into different aspects of life
Yeah.
sounds fine and great. I just know that it's going to be taken far beyond it should.
Yeah.
We also are
It's happening
seeing,
now.
yeah, it's happening now. Not only that, but what we see, how it's being implemented, this is something that they've been implementing for a long time.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, we're just seeing the surface of the entire iceberg that is AI and how, different governments and everything is using. I feel like I sound like one of those tinfoil hat people, but
I'm not gonna lie to you.
we should have
on that-
put tinfoil hats. That would have been hilarious.
Instead of the How to Train Your Dragon hats,
Yes.
simple hats. Okay.
Get your aluminum.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. I say it. I'm saying it often enough that, in general, I'm sus of computers. They're going places. I know me gusta. I don't trust computers. We had that whole debate earlier when Noelle was like, I was talking to Noelle about getting a PS5, and she's like, "Oh, just get the one without the disc tray. It's all online." And I was like, "No, if I'm buying a game, give me that disc." I'm like,
Argue your logic on that because I still don't get it.
if I'm buying a version of a game, give me the physical copy of the game. Because online, so many things go wrong with having just an e-copy of it.
So many
remove
more things
access
could
to
go
it.
wrong with the disc.
Yeah, but then that's on me and my responsibility to handle my property.
Right, but if it goes wrong digitally, you can still make a claim and get your money back.
I know, but at least a physical copy, I'm like, look, I actually bought this. It's here.
You get a receipt with every purchase you do online.
Un papelito.
No,
You
she's
get
talking about your
online?
digital. She's
Yeah.
talking all digital, boo boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like all digital.
But you just think the power is gonna go out one day and that's it, gone?
Yeah.
Oh God! If at that point, if the power goes out,
I
you
can't
never
play
play
my
that
game
game.
anyway.
I
I
think the
never
least
played
of
the game
the
anyway.
least of your worries should be the game.
I know, I'm aware of that. But again, I just don't like everything digital. That's it.
It's like she likes reading her books. A book. I also I'm a type. If I'm gonna read a book, I need the
Yeah.
book.
Yeah,
Don't
but
give me
there's
none
like
of
a
that
whole
Kindle.
Kindle thing too, where it's like I heard about it last week and I completely forgot what the was. But something like even if you buy like an Amazon copy of it, you don't.
It's not
have
yours.
full, yeah, something like that.
What?
Something like that.
That's
Oh,
how
I
I bought
really
my books,
wish.
Amazon copies.
Hmm?
Kindle. That's how I got mine. Like I don't buy physical books anymore.
That hurts me to hear.
This is gonna be
We've
really
talked
mean.
about
I was gonna be like, you read. Not in the
fair.
sense that I don't expect you to read. It's just that I know, like, for example, for me, I've recently gotten back to reading. As a young teen and like even beginning part of college, I used to read so much. But then I got so overworked with college and work and everything that I was just like, it's so difficult to read.
I think the fact is that when I have a physical book in my hand, I just fall asleep.
I'm the opposite.
If I have a
Yeah,
screen,
turning
looking at
those
me-
pages feels so nice.
She
Versus
gets
just
that
tapping on
ASMR
it.
scratch that people get when,
Don't get me. I like the
Take
smell
off
of
your
books though, like a new book.
right? That or like all that. Y'all love that, right? She gets that when she's reading her physical book.
Anyways, oh my god, you took me out.
AI.
Right.
And
Oh, yeah,
you
they're
you want to be in
using-
your cabin with no computers nowhere.
I'll even read
That'd be
comic
nice,
books
actually.
online now.
Mm?
Comic books even I'll do online.
Aren't those just pictures?
But that's what I'm saying. Like to the extent that I will go
Yeah.
digital over having.
Yeah, I
physical
mean, I
copies.
read manga online.
I made Lily really hee over there. I love it.
Watching Lily hold back her laugh right now.
You can laugh, babes. You're fine.
She's been like that this whole time.
I know. Oh my goodness.
But AI, but apparently AI is also people using it to write stories. Like they're
yes.
just putting in like prompts, like vague, like
But I also
XYZ
feel
character, ABC character about this mixed story.
yeah,
And so
I
people are
also-
like, oh, but it's still my idea, just
No, it's
not fleshed out by me.
I feel
It's not
like
your
you can,
idea. Go on, sorry, baby.
I feel like you can tell when it's an AI story though.
Yeah, there's some inconsistencies to it, where it's like,
Mhm.
but that's what I'm saying. Like they're doing that now, and I mean, like even if again you were some minute author, you use AI to make your story, and then you yourself just work out the kinks, and boom, you're done.
I was gonna say, with the times that I've seen people use AI for stories has been a lot with I listen to a lot of like Reddit, like podcast reading
Oh,
Reddit
yeah.
stories.
I was gonna say
Specifically, yeah, we listen to Smosh a lot. And now a lot of the times when the story is way too detailed.
Yeah.
Like way too
Yeah.
detailed. That's when they're like, was this created by like is either this fake or is this been created by AI?
Mhm.
Things like that. I'm like, that's so that's when that's one of the beginning points where I'm like, it's being taken way too far.
Yeah.
I love one thing that I love is the salsa comments songs. Like there'll be a post and then they'll be like, oh, you guys have to read the comments, and then they'll turn the comments into a salsa song.
No.
Oh man, you're on the wrong side of Instagram, because that's where I'm seeing it.
Oh, okay.
Have
I'm
you
not
seen
much on
this?
Instagram?
No.
Yeah, we're also not salsa people.
Yeah, I was
so-
gonna say like think
If-
about
if-
what your For You page and your algorithm. is
Yeah, if I were to see that
Mine's
video, I would
definitely
just
not
keep
gonna
keep
give me-
it
It's
scrolling.
hilarious. Because again, you know how like when people read comments, it's like, oh, it's funny because sometimes the comments really.
I actually hate people reading comments. Yeah, I'm like, don't read it, because then they're freaking. They're laughing so much. I was like, just read the freaking comment and move it on.
That's why the salsa's perfect, because it'll just
Yeah, that's what I'm
sink.
saying. In general, I don't want people reading things to me. I just want to read it myself. So I would probably just mute the video, read it, keep it moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love it. I love it.
So
And
with that, do you like reaction videos? Because I feel like that's the same concept.
probably not.
Like, react to what?
You've never seen like reaction videos where like they're reacting to like funny clips and stuff like that? Or-
No.
That was like a huge trend on YouTube. Were you a big YouTube person though?
Yeah, I was. And then there was some react videos that I would watch, not all. Because I'm not going to watch, to me, watching a reaction of a funny video, I'm like, just give me the funny video. I'm not interested in your reaction
yeah,
of
see,
it.
that's what I was gonna say. I don't think you would like react videos.
No, in general, no. There were some that I did. For the most part, I did not.
I liked react videos only if the specific person that was reacting was someone that I regularly watch, not that their content was only reaction.
Yeah.
So like I watch a gamer guy and I've watched him for years, Markiplier, and most of his videos are just gaming. But every now and then he'll do like a react to certain things, and to me that was hilarious because again I'm watching more him than I am like the video. So then the funny video plus him being funny, gold.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I liked react videos.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like you have, like you'll laugh at the funny clip, but then the commentation that they do after the funny clip.
Yeah, those would be the ones where I'm like, if they were already a very funny person and he knew how to add to the original video, then great. But again, if it's just I'm like, that was so funny.
Yeah.
No.
There's one lady. Lily and I looked at each other like,
if you heard that was what, your alarm?
yeah, chimbala. It's my Dominican side. Ready, guys. Hold on.
Okay, copyrighted.
Oh,
Let's see,
I'll
2
like clear for
seconds.
2
It was
seconds.
2 seconds. It was fine.
sorry, that's my alarm. I don't know why I have an alarm for
But
8
again, we
o'clock.
had the headphones on, so was Fayley hearing it?
I couldn't hear anything.
And
I heard it. And
I
was
just
like,
saw
I was like,
I saw
where's that
Lily's
coming from?
face, and then I was like,
And I see
Oh.
her phone, and I was like, why is she not stopping it?
because
I
I
was
couldn't
looking
hear it.
around. I was like, what?
That was funny.
Anyway,
But yeah, so that's AI in writing, and then AI in music is interesting. I think for
that was
funsies,
the perfect segue with my little music.
that's why it reminded me. Yeah, AI in music is interesting, but dangerous. Like, I've showed it to you before. I don't know if you heard it, Noel, but the DJ that made the AI song with like Bad Bunny vocals, Justin Bieber vocals, and I think it was J. What was the third?
J Balvin,
I don't remember what.
DJ Khaled.
But that's
No.
that's a big thing now because like my favorite like AI like music videos or music like people who edit with AI is like the ones with like SpongeBob's voice or something.
Yeah, well, those are funny, but like this guy legit produced a whole song, and it sounded just like the
Original artist.
And again, gave no credit to the artist or anything. That's why I mean, Bad Bunny, I'm pretty sure sued the guy, and the guy
I
like
think
changed
so.
it up so it doesn't exactly sound like Bad Bunny. The song was a bop. I'm not gonna lie, I actually love the song. Actually, my playlist and everything. But I get it. Like I'd be upset too if again I was a known artist and someone just like altered my vocals.
Or imagine.
But that's using someone's likeness, right?
Yeah, that's why he was able to win and get it to be changed. But that I think it was the same DJ that did similar thing with another Hispanic artist. I think Arcángel or someone like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy was like, "This song's great. Let's make an actual song together." And so that was cool. But again, the original song, same thing, without the artist's permission.
I think the dangerous part with that is, so for an artist that is recognized, has probably certain copyrights over his likeliness and whatnot, he can sue and then it gets taken out. Imagine an artist that is coming out, has so much potential, and then someone decides, okay, I'm going to take, record with them a bunch, get a few samples, and then take that and turn that into AI. Now that person can't sue. That person can't go ahead and make like a claim or anything because I don't want to say they're nobody, but they don't have that backup like that,
So are you guys cool with like known artists using AI to make their music then?
No.
I'm fine with it in the sense that it's like maybe for certain pieces of the music, like instruments, background, and all that. But I would want the artist to have not like, oh, I just want a song about, I don't know, tacos, and then they put it into AI and AI creates the whole thing. No. Versus if they have almost a good chunk of it and there's a part that they're lost or there's something that they need to add to it and they don't know, and then they implement it that way, like using it a little to help, sure.
No, I think I'm with Van on this one.
Yeah.
Me on this one. I don't.
Why? What?
Well, because the whole thing is that it's an art form, right? Music's
Exactly.
An art form. Then you're taking away from the art. Like,
Yeah.
in order to be a successful musician, is because you have talent, you have skill.
Mhm.
If you're
True.
just using AI to do everything, then
Well, no, that's
And,
why
like-
I specifically said.
well, even in certain parts, because I when we dive into movies, I'll give another example. But like, even if you're like, let's say you can't hit a certain chord, like vocally, you can't hit like a high note, and so you use AI to hit the note.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
No.
And then a similar point, like you were mentioning, like with instruments and things, just AI the sounds. Well, like no, go hire someone that like spent years learning that instrument or that sound,
yeah,
and bring them in with you. Don't just copy and rip off that sound.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is true, because it is taking away from people and
yeah, that's why, like, there, like, it's specifically music, there shouldn't be a need for AI, because there's millions of artists and people that have studied this for years. Like, there's no reason for you to not, besides, again, unless you're trying to cut corners and doing the cheap and lazy way out. But then at that point, it's because you don't care about the music, you don't care about the art. So then what are you actually making here?
Yeah, it's for the money grab and the attention at that point.
So then how do you feel, kind of, I mean, this falls within art, someone who, let's say, kind of promotes themselves as, oh, I'm someone that's designing things and whatever, and then almost entirely uses.
Go like this.
On this side?
Mm-hmm.
What's on my eye? Is it my lash?
I don't know. You have something. Wait.
What is it? What color?
It's white. There, I got it.
What is that white thing on my eye?
Oh my God, you're like the fish.
I am not a disease-ridden fish.
He has an infection at the disease, and he's getting cured.
I am not like this fish. I'm not like Axel.
Do you have any more of that medicine?
Wait, did you touch the fish with that hand?
Why would I touch my fish?
I don't know. You're holding it.
He's already sick.
Okay.
Right.
Going back. So yeah, someone that's promoting themselves as someone that's designing or creating something,
like an artist, like
graphic designer type thing, and then come to find out they actually only use AI.
What do you mean, like in graphic design? You're gonna need to be more specific.
Like they themselves don't draw or design.
But they're promoting themselves as like, oh, I'm selling my designs.
As long as you're not false advertising, like I'm making this by hand, like you're in your description, you're saying made with AI. Like,
what if they just don't describe it? They just say, I'm creating this, and you can buy from me. You can buy from me.
You're a con artist.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, those things are con artists.
I'm going to bleep this. I'm going to bleep this quick little part.
Or design with AI.
Yeah. Okay, so then you guys would say then no, that graphic designer should not use AI and then claim the work for themselves.
No, I think you have to make a disclaimer.
Yeah, disclose that they're using AI.
Mm-hmm.
How would that work in a business?
Because, I mean, if I'm coming to you and I want hand-drawn, made-to-order artwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, yeah, sure, I got it. And then I go and you're telling me you used AI. I'm like, well, I wanted an authentic approach to whatever style I originally wanted to accredit that art style, right?
Yeah.
And then you just use AI. Then I'm like, that's not what I asked for, and I wish you had told me that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little torn. Wait, if you're selling art as an art, then yes, I think there has to be a disclaimer. But also, there's the whole thing with businesses using AI, right? And it's under the business name, so technically it's theirs, right? Let's take, for example, people who do digital marketing, right?
Yeah.
They'll put into like ChatGPT what they want their synopsis for this company to say, and then they sell it as their own words.
That's also cheating. What the
Is it cheating? Because it's legal. You're because then that
just because it's legal doesn't mean it's right. Though.
Well, ethically, but that's the question. If that business can go on and do it themselves, then why didn't the business do it themselves? Why are they coming to that person to do it?
Because they wanted something more authentic or legit compared to just using AI.
Fair, but then if you're going to this person, right, because you've reviewed, I imagine you're just not picking somebody off the side of the street. They have a page, you follow what they're doing, you like their work, so you're choosing them. At that point, you're just going with
if you're choosing to work with someone that you know works with AI, then you can't complain. But if you think you're working with someone that's genuinely doing their work, that's where I think that's where our line is.
Because at that point, you're paying for their experience and their knowledge and their years in the field, right? Not because they did a slap job and ChatGPT and ChatGPT gave me this.
I don't know. I'm kind of okay with it. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, the grind is
if you're okay with someone doing with AI, go off. But imagine someone that isn't okay with someone doing AI.
Yeah.
Then you should have just used AI. I don't like.
No, they're trying to avoid using AI. Why would you use AI?
All right, you see this Instagram page, right? You go to that Instagram page because you like their digital marketing and the way they format their wording and stuff for companies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you say, hey, can you do a slogan or whatever for my company?
Mm-hmm.
And they do it. They give you a slogan, they use ChatGPT, whatever, you don't know, but you still got what you paid for.
No, that's fine. But the part is that person didn't want that. So in this case,
No, what you wanted
the
was
second
a product from that business.
May I finish?
Is what you're getting.
Okay, but the person didn't want something from AI. They're getting something from AI. So what should be done is what you said, that the business should disclose, hey, we use AI. So then if the person decides to use the product knowing that they have AI, then they can't be complaining. So yes, companies can use it, go off. Mm-hmm. However, they should disclose it, because there are people that won't want to use the AI.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in their right. They don't have to use AI.
I'm okay with businesses not completely disclosing it. Is it a little unethical? Yes.
It is unethical.
But again, like, if you're looking at a business and they're like, oh, I like what they're producing, regardless what.
Yeah, you're saying the product is the product, so you should be happy with the end result.
Yeah.
But we're saying we also want all the work and labor that we're in our mind is receiving when we pay for this work.
And most of the time, those businesses are charging a lot. So now you're charging a lot for you to use a computer.
Then do it yourself.
With supposed, again, that's what I'm saying. Supposedly, when we don't want AI, it's because we want to go someone that has experience and the knowledge and the talent. Mm-hmm. That's what you want to pay for. That's what we want to go out there and buy.
All right, so let's say you're choosing that business, right? You review their products, their portfolio. Yeah. You're like, okay, I like the stuff they're doing. I'm paying them to do one for me.
Do you know they use AI?
So what if they do? You like the product.
Well, that's.
But
like,
do you know
just
if
want a product? Do you not care about the backstory, how you got it? Yes or no?
No, if I'm paying
okay,
for
okay, we're talking about the people that do.
Which there are people.
And they're in their right to not want something like that.
Yeah, like if you
we're not saying that the business should or shouldn't use it. We're saying that if they're going to use it, they should disclose it. Mm-hmm. Because there's people that don't care. Mm-hmm. And then there's people that do care.
Which I think majority of people, though, don't care. Because, I mean...
I would care.
Do you shop at Walmart?
Well, it depends on what. Do I just want my cheap groceries? Yeah. But again, if I'm
it
paying
depends
big
on what
money,
you're buying.
Yeah, but the same thing is like
there's some moments right
if you
too.
don't like the ethics behind the business, then why do you shop there? It's the same thing with Walmart.
What I'm saying, sometimes I do care about the ethics, and that's where I'm willing to spend the big money on my groceries. I'm not willing to spend the big money. Give me that cheap egg. And same thing, like if you want like a cake made from scratch, right? And this company is like, oh, I make cakes from scratch, my own recipes, handmade, blah blah blah. Great.
And then they get box cake,
right? And to them, they decorate really nicely, but it's from box.
Well, that's possible. If you're saying you're making it from scratch and then you make box,
that's what we're saying.
But it's not the same thing.
Okay, so
they're
not from scratch. They're just saying handmade. They're making it they're making themselves in their own kitchen with their own hands. Right? They're not getting from factory or anything. They're making the cake themselves. Handmade. Not from scratch. Sure. Handmade. Yeah. But again, it's box mix. In your mind, you're thinking they have the recipe, their own recipes that they're following.
So it falls on both people, because in the business should disclose, no, actually we use box dye. And then the person should also find out a bit more. Right? Mm-hmm. You see handmade. Okay, so then as a person, okay, what exactly is your handmade? Mm-hmm. Right?
If I'm expecting, again, this is Nona's recipe that has been passed down to you, and you're making your own cake, and then I find out it's actually Betty Crocker.
That's Nona.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, almost all businesses do this. So like,
which is unfortunate, and I think is unfair.
I think if you're gonna make money, you're making money. And
again, the grind is the grind.
You're gonna pay
if I want
your product, you're gonna get your product.
If I don't care about the quality and I just need a cute cake to put on that table, and you can give me like a $30 cake that looks good, I don't give a damn how it tastes. Yeah. Great. But if I want to treat, I don't know, my mom to an astounding cake, and I want someone that like really puts in the effort to the recipe, to the frosting, to the decorating, right? I don't know, $200-300 for this cake, and then I find out it's just box cake.
I'm like, is it delicious?
No. Well, it's not gonna be, first of all,
compared to an actual good cake.
But if they have reviews and stuff, like, this is the best.
Which is again, the reviews are telling me that it's a great cake, and in my mind, for some reason, you passed it off as from scratch, handmade, right? And then I find out it's not. Then I'm like, that isn't what I was willing to pay $200 to $300 for.
Yeah.
Like again, it's a matter of what I'm choosing to spend my money on. What do I want? The from scratch cake that I'm willing to spend the $200-300 on, that you had passed off as handmade, homemade, but you're making the box, and that's not what I thought I was getting, and that's not what I wanted. Versus you telling me it's boxed, I'll charge you $30 for it decorated too.
Or
Great.
not caring. She's like, I'm gonna get cake, I eat cake, and that's all she wants. Then fine.
Yeah.
We're saying in the situations of when people want something a bit more made, like again, authentic, made from people from scratch, artisania. I think it's the word in artisanal, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Same
it's like,
thing
for
to
example,
the-
like
to
if
the online marketing, if I want someone that is telling me they have years of experience on it and they know what they're doing and they cater to their clients, and I'm supposed to spend big money on them, and then I just find out they're going to ChatGPT, I'm like, again, I could have done that. What am I paying you
should
for?
have done that. Is my thing.
But
that's
you
the
that they
point.
didn't go.
Noel,
Okay,
you're not listening.
You're not, because it's not the point of I could do this, so I'm not going to pay. No. I came to you to pay you, and I now found out that you used something that I didn't want to use to begin with, so I wouldn't have paid you for this. That's
So,
that's
okay,
the
so hear
issue.
me out. What if you use ChatGPT, but then as a tool, and then you go in and you add your own spice to it or whatever,
How much more? What percentage of whatever you're working on?
whatever it needs, whatever it needs, essentially.
No,
Could be the
because it
product.
can be the whole thing, and then
Yeah.
because for example, I have I had my resume and my dad's resume.
Mhm.
I had the majority. Everything was written by me. The details, the whole thing. What I asked is take this,
Mhm.
make it sound more professional. The bulk of it, the work itself, the details, everything was what I put in and how I described it. They just switched out certain adjectives and certain things to make it sound better.
Yeah.
That's not, in that case, it would have been like, let's say maybe 70% my work, 30% ChatGPT. That's fine. What we're saying, you can embellish by saying, create a whole resume for me, and then you just change the personal details.
Mhm.
Those are two very different situations. Do you not see it like that?
No.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if you're using because ChatGPT is used for every business at this point.
Yeah.
So it's still they're using it as a tool.
We understand. And again, we're not saying they
I
can't
think
or they
you're-
shouldn't. Our issue with it is when it's not disclosed, and that's not what we had wanted to use.
And I think with you, the minute it has ChatGPT, it doesn't matter how much of it is it. You're already using it, so might as well use it. So if the company uses it for anything, then it doesn't matter if your product wasn't used for it. They use ChatGPT. That's not what we're arguing,
Mm-hmm.
or that's not what we don't like. Yeah, I don't think it's clicking.
No, it's not. Because I'm like, if you're using it, you're using it.
Okay. I guess different. I mean, similar example then. So try to bridge this gap is, I don't know. I say I pay you to make a shirt, right? And I'm like, I'm gonna pay you $100 to make it with really expensive fabric, right? You go get cheap fabric. What should have cost like $100 with labor, it's really costing you $50 with labor. You pocket the difference and you give me that cheap fabric.
Mm-hmm. There's a name for this. You want to? You ready? You ready? It's called drop shipping.
No, I know. Right? But now the thing is, the shirt is fine. It looks how I pictured it. It feels how I pictured it because it was a great dupe. Issue is, that's not what I asked for. Cheaper alternative, not what I wanted. But again, unbeknownst to me, I'm none the wiser, and the shirt's a shirt, whatever. Ethically, not okay. Legally, technically, not okay. But
So wait,
end
are you
result,
paying-
product's the same.
So you're paying specifically for a type of material.
In
We're
this case,
paying for a
yes.
specific quality that supposedly they promote they use.
Mm-hmm.
If you're paying for a specific material, I get. But if you're just paying for the product and they say, oh, it's 100% cotton and the shirt is 100% cotton, but it just comes from somewhere else.
I'm not on occasion. I'm talking about like again. I
So
don't
you're
know
saying it's like
fabrics.
100% cotton, but they sell it as, but it's not cotton. It's like, I don't know, what else.
Polyester, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
poly-
sure. But again, it
Okay,
feels
then
and
yeah,
looks
sure.
like
That
cotton.
legally, there's an issue there. I would
Right.
understand.
That's what we're saying.
Okay, yeah.
Again, I was
So,
promised
it makes
one.
sense.
In my
That,
mind,
yes.
I wanted one quality, and I got the other, which is a cheaper alternative. But unbeknownst to me, it looks, feels exactly the same thing.
Mhm.
End result is exactly the same.
No, because you paid for, what was it called? Cotton?
I don't know fabrics for sure.
Yeah, you paid for cotton, but you got polyester. It's two different things.
That's
Two physically different things.
Right, but what I'm saying, there's different kinds of cottons too. So let's say I wanted one type of cotton, You gave me another cotton. This other cotton is cheaper than the cotton I had asked for, but it's cotton. It looks and feels the same, but it's not the cotton I wanted. But they're both 100% cotton.
Ask for that. See,
No, because
if you're asking for cotton and you get cotton, it's cotton.
That's why I had you ask for leg, you get leg.
Yeah,
That's exactly why I got. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not. Yeah.
Right. But
Now,
it's
if you
not
pay-
what
alright, let's
I
talk
had
about
paid
coats.
for. It's not the quality I had specifically gone and sought you out for.
Okay, so
Yes, it's 100%
Different-
cotton nonetheless.
different example, but it's gonna make more sense. Like fur coats, let's say, right?
Okay.
You want like original fox
Yeah.
fur coat, but you get
Faux.
faux. Yeah, that's the name of it. Then you need your money back.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
Yes, it is.
Right now, the premise on yours is how
You
how
think-
the legal holding of it, right?
No. Is it legally? Is that what's holding you back?
What you ask for is what you get. You asked for fox fur coat. You didn't get fox fur coat.
Okay, but what we're talking about is relating it back to what we're referring to. To you, the quality of someone's work is the same thing as AI creating it? Because that's where you're putting it as right now. Because according to you, if you ask for a product and they use AI to give you this product, it should not matter to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so to you, someone's actual work that they created is the same thing as AI.
It's not the same thing, but if you're asking for a certain product and you get the end product, then
Okay.
So if you ask for music from an artist and they use AI, why is that an issue?
I mean, I'm probably gonna still jam to the music, but if you're gonna ask, like, should they do it for music when music is specifically an art?
But you can look at anything as art. You can look at anything as an art. If you're asking for example, someone, again, going back to marketing, they studied and they
Like me?
understood all the economics and how there's different things that you have to apply to it, right? And you're paying that person for their knowledge, but they used AI the same way that an artist studied how to use an instrument, but they're using AI to fix it.
Yeah.
Where's the difference?
And my thing is, like, you're paying for a product, you're still getting that product.
You need to elaborate because you're just repeating the same thing. Dave.
Yeah, because that's how, to me, at the end result, it's like you're asking for.
So then what's
you
the
told your
difference with
money's worth.
music and marketing? Right? Because you draw the line at music because it's an art. Where's the difference with that and let's say this, marketing?
I don't see marketing as an art.
Why?
So the labor and time someone puts into something, it's not the same to you.
No, it's not.
Not the same as an artist creating something?
Why?
Because I feel like again, music, painting, that's art.
And someone coming up with a business idea for someone isn't?
No.
Why?
I don't know. It's not. I don't know how to explain it. It just isn't. Like music, if you're writing a book, if you're writing music, if you're selling anything as a specific art, then yeah, I get it.
So products that are made don't matter.
But I mean, you sell music just as the same as you sell a
Any
marketing
other product.
consulting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you're going out there to do someone a service for you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, to me, business is business. Like if you can
Okay,
make the
music
product
is
better better example. Your aunt, my mom, what's it called? You can go to Coach, buy a Coach bag. Any Coach bag. Great. My mom works with a fabric guy that he has discontinued fabric, Coach fabric. So she's been making purses. Now she's not, if she were to sell you the price of, again, it's Coach fabric, discontinued Coach fabric. She's selling you a purse for the same amount that you would go get it on fucking Macy's or something. Is that fine?
But is she selling the purse as a Coach purse?
It says Coach. It's a Coach purse.
So she's selling it as Coach?
Yeah.
Then no.
Why?
Because it's not made by Coach.
But she's not saying she's Coach. She's telling you this is a Coach purse I sell you. It's the Coach. It's the same. It's la misma tela, no?
No, because it's the same thing that we go back with, like, what was the example I used before? the fur coat.
But it is the Coach fabric from Coach.
No.
It
Not
is
made by
though.
Coach.
She's not saying Coach made it. She says this is a Coach bag because the fabric came from Coach though. She made it though. It's the same thing. According to what you've been applying it to, it's the same thing.
Yeah, if you want Coach Bag, you got Coach Bag then. It's the same thing with like people who want like certain sneakers, like sneakerheads. They'll buy the knockoff versions just because it's still the same product.
Right.
Yeah.
But is it fine for the person that's selling the knockoff to say, no, this is it? It's the same thing. These are the same thing. A sneakerhead. These two sneakers are the same sneaker. Doesn't matter how you got it. You got it.
But again, like it's so different when you use AI. Like if a business uses AI to write a slogan and then tweaks it and then sells it, that's still part of their own product.
So
But we're not talking
write a
tweaks
slogan to write a song.
Huh?
Change what you just said from writing a slogan to writing a song.
Yeah. They put the verse, but they needed to tweak it. So they put it in AI.
I mean, that's what autotune is. That's what they do now.
Exactly. So
It is what it is. AI can be used in anything now.
man,
You're just going the opposite for me. Like, you're not going to... For me, it's like, okay, if they're already using it and you're just looking for the end result, if music is going to sound the same, then use it.
So now you are okay with AI and music.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least you're the same across the board
consistent.
now.
Yeah. Damn. I was gonna say, you kind of brought up something when we were talking about AI.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, something about the Oscars you mentioned when we first initially, like when we
Oh, in
talked
movies,
about it
right?
behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah, for the Oscars, the best male actor of the year. So the male actor, I don't know his name, but it was between this guy who did like a war movie and then Timothy Chalamet who did that music.
Oh, that's why you got into it, because of Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, I saw from him. And so Timothy Chalamet had a TikTok or not a TikTok. He had a speech that went viral about wanting to be one of the greats.
Oh, he said Viola Davis, right?
Yeah. And so from there he was like, oh, he put so much work into that role,
Mm-hmm.
and then he lost for best male actor. It's like his 5th time or something losing.
Damn.
And the guy who did win, he had already won an Oscar like for playing essentially the same role.
Mm-hmm.
And he won, but people were having a lot of backlash because like, oh, this guy won, but for him to do the role, he had to use AI to do the accent. Like he didn't actually do the accent.
Nah.
Yeah.
Like, can you get a voice coach or a dialect
No.
coach or
They
any
used
of that?
AI, so he didn't actually do the voice.
I don't like that.
Adrian Bodie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't like that at all.
No. Oh, I know this guy.
Oh, that's Piano Man.
The pianist, yeah.
Yeah, he won for pianist, and then he won for the whatever movie he won for now.
Where they AI'd his speech.
Yeah.
Was it the whole movie? And not that it makes a difference to me, but
Yeah.
damn.
But it's okay though.
Yeah. Now it is.
For you, it is.
Yeah.
Now it is. She says.
Now it is. Yeah.
Okay,
Damn.
it's not really what I wanted to end up with Noelle, but
No,
okay.
she's hard headed.
She's
She was
standing
gonna,
on it.
yeah,
She's
no, she's
standing
gonna
on it.
stand on it.
Yeah.
She's told. I remember one time. I don't know if it was in the podcast or it was just on our own talking, that she was like, "Once I realized I'm gonna lose, you're screwed because
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull that like make believe."
Yeah.
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 I mean, again, it wasn't a win or lose. You were just being consistent.
No,
So
I
we're
know,
like,
I know,
Which is
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
That's funny.
And now you're for AI. Oh well,
Yeah.
unfortunate.
It's okay. 'Cause
I was gonna say something that it was more of a funny situation though. So I have a friend from dance. Actually, I mentioned her in the previous episode, Stephanie. She went to a congress. So this has to do with AI because I used AI to edit something.
Mm-hmm.
She had a photo where she looked fantastic in,
Uh-huh.
right? And she was standing next to her husband, and her husband like moved in the picture, and so he came out a little derpy. But she looked great. But they took the one picture, yeah. So then she was like, man, I really look good. I wish that I could like edit
Crop
him
'em.
out. Yeah, crop him. But he was so, because it was like with a backdrop. And so the way they were it was
Fuck up the
difficult.
whole background.
Yeah, literally. So then
man,
she
ruin
sends
everything.
it to the chat with myself and another friend of ours. And she's like, guys, I don't know what to do. So my phone has a Google Eraser
Yeah.
that uses AI
Yeah,
to
it's pretty
kind of
good.
yeah, and it's not this time. Not this time, man. I hope I'm gonna ask her if I have permission to not add in, like, I'll blur her face if anything. But it was hilarious because when I had him erased, it messed up the backdrop because the backdrop said like welcome to Atlanta or whatever. What, you good?
Yeah, well.
Oh no, sorry. What's it called? Yeah, it messed up the backdrop. And then so we tried again, and I asked to keep the same backdrop and just remove the man. Okay. So I went to ChatGPT for that. It changed her. Like, it was her, but it wasn't.
Okay.
It was like her cousin. But not like, because Noelle and I, like, we're cousins, we look nothing alike. No. It was like a more closely related cousin, right? And I was like, what the heck? So I sent it to the chat, and we're cracking up, and we're like, who is she? And then my friend on the other side, she was also trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And so again, said, take out her man. They changed the man. It was a whole different man. We're like, who is that? And it was
someone better.
Yeah.
Was he better looking?
I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself.
Okay.
What's it called? No, it was hilarious because it was really bad. I'm gonna ask if she doesn't mind me sharing, or at least I'll block her face and then you can see the difference in the whatever. But it was very silly, and we were like, wow, that's fun. And I like, for me, one thing that I've used ChatGPT with a lot, and I've started to like it, is like, for example, when I was planning this trip to DR, I knew the resort that I wanted to go to, but I was looking up other ones, and it was starting to become like a bit of information overload. So I narrowed it down to like 3 or 4. And so I asked ChatGPT, compare these 4 resorts, you know, whatever the heck.
Yeah.
And they compared it. At the end, the one that I wanted was the one that was better. But it was interesting because it did give me like, oh, this is great for families, not great for this. It has this, it has that. And again, a lot of times when you're looking, like, it gets either repetitive or whatever. So for me, I liked it like that. Same for, you bought me really good headphones. But before you bought me some, I had bought myself some, and I was stuck between 2. And I used ChatGPT, and that also helped me narrow it down. So doing comparisons for me has helped a lot. So for stuff like that, I'm like, oh yeah, this is dope. You know, me gusta.
And yet, which is a better headphone?
Yours, but yours didn't come up in my list.
I know, that's because what I'm saying, the man labor.
Yeah. And not only that, but to me, I think it's also because in my initial run of looking up headphones, the one you got me came up, but it wasn't a brand I normally considered. So I was looking at other ones, and then like the higher, better ones. And so then from my reduced list is that I added to GPT. So it's human error plus Chat GPT. But no, I love both of them. But yeah, no, yours is really good. Like, really, really good. I think it's the ones that I currently have on. Oh, what? Sorry.
I think.
I got my headphones for $5 below.
Yeah.
They're working great.
They are. Just gotta keep them charged.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I also left it with you, so.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. I was gonna say, yeah. Any final thoughts on AI, ChatGPT?
I don't like it. Yeah, that's
Brain
about
hurts.
it. That's where I stand.
Your brain hurts from us trying to get you to.
Yeah.
Good, we're making you think.
Stand on your 10 toes.
You're gonna see smoke coming out of her head. I've gotten really into the editing thing. Yeah. See, I don't want to, like, with how much
fun editing this one.
Huh?
So have fun editing this one.
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna have this
No,
one.
I mean, with the technical difficulties that we had before, probably.
Oh.
I just have to cut all that off.
No, I thought you were gonna use it to do bloopers.
No, I don't. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but in the last few what's it called, promos that I've done, I'm actually using more of the video moments.
Yeah.
Because, for example, but you know what? That came more from the fact that when we were on our little trip, that normally I'm able to use whatever because I'm using the camera plus the camera audio, because usually the episode's edited later. The camera audio in the other space, because it was so wide, was lost. Like, not lost, but it was too low.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The ceilings are so high. And
What, my sweet love?
I'm laughing over those 40 gigs.
Oh my God. You didn't get to experience. So quick little closer. Actually, I'm going to mention this, but not what I was going to. Anyway, so for episode, at this point for you guys, it would be episode 7. Okay. So no.
5 just came out.
Right. But the one that gave us issues was episode 7. Yeah. So episode 7 is the Ghosties one, right?
Yeah.
You know how we recorded on Manny's and then on ours?
Yeah.
whenever we record any video, max that we've seen is 11, let's say 9 to 12 gigabytes. Manny's video was 42.
That's crazy.
And we don't know why, dude. And it's only the first half of it's not even the full episode, bro. It's the first half of the episode. And
he using the front or back camera?
Him and I did the same thing.
No. It was the ghosties they were in his camera.
They were crammed in there, bro. Yeah. But yeah, and in order to get the video,
Camera's like, oh shit, there's 100 people here.
Don't say that.
I'm kidding. Carry on.
You're not, because maybe that's what it was. No, and so in order for us to get to that video, because Manny got it onto a hard drive. When I put in the hard drive, it was horrible resolution. And then not only that, but for the life of me, I couldn't get it to upload to what we use to edit. And so we had, so Vana and I had to screen record our phones playing the video. Yeah. And it was better quality than the video itself.
That was so funny.
And they did this all so y'all can get your episode. It was fun though. I think that's one of my favorite episodes. Ooh, it's spooky Yuki. I mean, y'all would have seen it by now, but yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
In that case, maybe AI would have helped, because it would have been like, AI reduce the size, but not really though, because they can't reduce the size of
40 gigs is wild.
They can't. 42 gigs, bro.
42
gigs. Manny's like, I don't know. I'm like, bro, I don't know either. We did not understand. Because I was like, maybe he used
Did he confirm it saved as 42 gigs on his phone?
Yes. I saw him. So like, I looked at his phone and I was like, it had the same settings as mine. Maybe you're right. It was the 100 ghosties.
You're going to see a bunch of orbs while editing.
No, there was no orbs.
Oh.
I know. But there is I mean, y'all saw it by now. There is a spooky Yuki moment.
Yeah, but the
y'all better have seen
it's crazy.
Always creepy.
It was fun.
I'm so tired now.
Yo, we really drained you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was also tired on the way here. I almost crashed. I got stuck in traffic and then I get sleepy. That keeps happening to me now, actually.
That's
Even driving home.
That's about to be me, because I'm going to be working too.
This.
Anyway, we'll close this episode up, my sweet loves. Please catch us next time. And one little note. Huh?
Catch us?
Oh,
catch
also
us
by
next
the time you
time.
see this, it'll be June. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month. Little. I don't know.
What?
We should have done a Pride episode because it's June. That would have been smart.
That would have to be next episode.
Well, stay tuned.
Maybe Pride, maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe in the future.
We're already Pride enough.
I wore my Pride shirt.
Rainbow.
I was going to say I wore my Pride shirt for that.
Look, there's the one little rainbow.
Well, the back of the shirt has a bigger rainbow.
Okay, well, for the audio listeners, she has her Vans shirt on with a rainbow around it.
Like the skateboarding brand.
On her heart.
Yeah, no, it's not my
because
t-shirt
she's
brand.
gay from the heart.
V does not have a t-shirt brand yet.
Yeah.
She might use AI to make them. Who knows?
I would not. Especially after this episode.
I can do your marketing for you.
Oh my god, I could have
No,
worn my...
we don't want your marketing.
Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm especially not paying you anymore.
I get paid good money.
I could have
for
worn
marketing.
my Coca-Cola cap. No, I don't like Coke. No, we can't do Coke either. Never mind.
They don't like the Latinos.
Really?
Yeah. Buddy.
Really like my Coke. That's upsetting.
But they don't like you.
Yeah.
No, most people don't.
Yeah, but they get to know you first. Coke doesn't know you. They just don't like you on principle.
Oh, but you look a little white, so they might be. Huh?
You missed the joke.
We'll say it again.
I said they're missing all the other great reasons to hate me.
Oh. Luigi's the one. You Hispanic. That's it.
Well, catch us next time.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us this week. Oh, and the little disclosure I was going to say is that generally, what?
I want to say something afterwards. Disclaimer afterwards.
Okay. Generally, when you guys have probably already peeped it, when we're recording, we record more than one episode at a time, which is why most episodes you'll see us with the same outfit. You will see in the chronological order, that certain things we will mention, and it was going to be a future video, is because sometimes we have certain issues that come up where we have to post the second video we recorded. So we're going to try and be mindful and not say like, oh, and like yesterday's or last episode, whatever,
happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So please be patient with us. We'll eventually get it right. But yes, we will record a bunch at a time, and then we'll post as goes. Because if anything goes wrong, at least we have the recording and we can go and post something versus having to record fresh every time, right? So,
Big
just be
brain
patient.
power.
Also,
Yeah.
apologies from my side because I was so sick in the last 4 episodes that you guys watched, and I was sneezing and coughing. I sounded so nasally in all of the episodes.
It wasn't
my
too bad.
apology. I could hear my nasal. It bothered me.
Mm.
I could also hear myself blowing my nose. Sorry about that. I'm better now.
People got sick.
And I'm sorry for the headache I gave you this episode.
You gave yourself a headache.
I also
Yeah.
did give myself a headache, yeah.
Damn.
Very Gucci like a Gucci.
All right. Well, smooches, mooches, kisses,
Concha.
kisses.
Concha?
You said coochie. I said concha.
Oh.
Not the Mexican bread.
Tomato, tomato, you know?
Anyway.
Spell it out.
Catch us next time. All right. Toodaloo.
Totally.
Bye.